Hi guys, hello, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to the bookstore and I am so excited, but also mildly terrified because we are not going to the bookstore empty-handed. I thought it would be fun to basically bring along a little like mini travel TBR jar. Each of these little pieces of paper inside the jar have a prompt on them, and basically the prompts are gonna decide what books we're gonna be buying today. It doesn't look like there's too many prompts in here, and there isn't compared to like my actual TBR jar, which I originally started with like 100 or so prompts. This one's got like 10 to 15, I think. I basically like went through my list of prompts and just kind of picked out ones that I felt would be decently easy to do within the bookstore. But before we go, I need to change because we're still in our PJs. This isn't exactly a PJ shirt, but I did wear it to bed last night, so we need to change into an actual outfit, and I've got the perfect little pile of clothes to help us out. This video is very kindly sponsored by Halara, which I am so excited for. If you've never heard of Halara, basically they are kind of like an athleisure, athletic wear style brand, and every single one of these pieces will be linked in the description below. So if you like any of them, go ahead and check out the links in my description. And I do have a code for you guys to get 15% off. Use the code GENSY15 at checkout. Also too, just for like a fit reference, typically in tops I wear a size 6 and in bottoms I wear a size 10. So as far as like everything that I got, all of the tops are a size small and then all of the bottoms are a size medium. The first couple of items that I got are just these like really basic little tank tops, and these tank tops do come in like a bajillion different colors. Almost every single item that Halara sells comes in so many different colors. Like any color that you might want, they probably have. The material on these is super soft and super thick and nice and stretchy. There are size guides on all of the product pages, so definitely make sure that you do your measurements. These, to be honest, are a little small. The sizing for a small for these is a size 4 to 6, and again, I am a 6. But I think I'm like just barely a 6, so I probably should have sized up to a medium. It would have been a little bit more comfortable. The next top that I have I actually wore the other day, and I am so genuinely so obsessed with this top. This is basically a ribbed like long sleeved halter top. I'm definitely someone when I wear long sleeve shirts, I'm like constantly like pulling them up over my fingers. So I love the fact that a lot of their long sleeve tops have little thumb holes. But also, I just think this has like the cutest freaking design. It basically kind of looks like you're layering two different tops together, which honestly sounds a little weird, but so cute. And this shirt in particular and the next one I'm going to show you make the girls look so good. This is their Softlyzero plush halter top, and this one has a very similar kind of concept where it looks like you're kind of wearing two different shirts. So it has like the long sleeve aspect, but then it has this kind of like strap that goes around your neck and this really cute like little buckle detail. These two shirts are like my new favorite shirts. I literally want these in every single freaking color. And the first pair of shorts that I have are also in their Softlyzero fabric, which again is just very soft. This is actually one of my favorite colors that I got in this whole haul. This one is in the color Cherries Jubilee. These were just super cute, super flattering, and so comfortable. And then the other pair of shorts that I have are kind of these like flowier shorts. And although these do look like normal flowy shorts, they actually do have another layer where you have a short like this hidden underneath. And it does even have a pocket on one of the sides. And I got a few different pair of pants. The first one is a set of flared yoga pants. These ones also have that cute little like crossover detail in the front. And they also have a butt scrunch and some kind of like butt kind of like contouring pattern. And then the next pair of pants I am so excited for. These are way outside of my comfort zone because of the color. This is the hottest of pinks. I think this color is going to look really good when I get a little tanner for the summer. And I think these are just gonna be so fun, and I cannot wait, honestly, to just lounge around and read in these freaking pants. These are another favorite of mine. I am obsessed. We have a very wide leg. We've got some pockets in the front, and we have like a scrunchie in the back. So it'll kind of like contour to your particular body. Just in general, Halara does have a pretty wide size range, but in these pants in particular, they went the extra step, and they actually offer these in both petite and tall. Only downside that I will say is this is a very thin material. It's kind of got like a linen type of texture to it, and you can totally see through them. The next item that I have is also so freaking cute, and again, it's kind of something that you can more so wear outside of the house. It's a corduroy skirt. This does like zip up in the back like a typical skirt, but the thing that is not like a typical skirt is it actually has shorts on the inside, so you feel super secure while you're wearing it, because I will admit this is very short. Last but certainly not least, we have a dress. This is very adorable. It is a lot more flattering than I thought it was going to be because I do have a little bit of a belly, but I don't know what kind of like witchcraft is in this dress, but you can't tell that I have a belly at all. Also, the little knot detail in the back is really cute as well. This dress also is padded and also does have some shorts underneath it as well. Literally everything feels really nice. Everything's super comfortable. Sometimes online shopping for clothes specifically can be a little anxiety inducing for me, but the ordering process for all of this stuff was super easy. Again, they have size guides. They show the sizes within the sizes, if that makes sense. Like if you get a size small, it says 4 to 6. So kind of gives you more direction. Also too, Halara is just in general very affordable. Again, everything that I showed you will be linked down below in the description box. And don't forget to use my code GENSY15 for 15% off your order. Let me know if you end up getting anything. Now all we have to do is get dressed, and to be honest, I think I already know exactly what I'm gonna wear. So here is the ootd. We're gonna be wearing the long sleeve red shirt. Is this not like so flattering on the shoulders? Like this little gap here, it gives kind of like, especially because this is red, it gives a little bit of like edgy ballerina type of vibes, and I'm obsessed with it. I just think it's so cute. So anyway, I paired this shirt with some black jeans from Cider. These are wide leg jeans. And then I've just got some like platform sandals on with black socks. The sandals are a little like too big for me, so if I don't wear socks, they like flop around. But also too, I just kind of like prefer the way they look with the socks. Also, I will be bringing along my frog tote so that we can discreetly bring our TBR jar with us. So anyway, we are ready to go to the bookstore. I am so excited. Let's go. Hello and welcome from the poetry aisle slash behind me you can see like the mass market romance books. This aisle never has anyone in it, so this is where I hid to pull our first prompt from our jar. And our first prompt is matches my outfit, which was super fun, and I was actually really excited that I got this one because I love me a red and black book. And I figured what better place to start than the aisle that we were in, which honestly didn't have too many options. There was a poetry book by Megan Fox, which I love the cover of, I love the title of, but I've unfortunately not heard the greatest of things. And then also there was this really cool like Penguin Classics book, which just basically talks about like Penguin Classics, which I think would be a really cool coffee table book, but not something that I actually would see myself reading. So we skipped out on that. And my next thought would be to go to the horror section because I figured a lot of the books there would be black and red. And boy, was I correct. There were so many options in this aisle. Specifically, there was a couple of really cool special editions that I really, really loved, like aesthetically, but I didn't know if I had any interest in actually reading them, so we went ahead and skipped out on those two books and then also just the horror aisle in general because I really just don't read horror very often. And then very briefly, I went through the fantasy section, and Five Broken Blades was definitely a contender. The sprayed edges on this book are insane. And then we did go to the thriller and mystery section. Again, I kind of had that same thought process with horror, that I figured there'd be a lot of red and black books. And I did find a ton of books that I liked the look of. Unfortunately, none of them were black and red. I did eventually find one in the thriller slash mystery section, and I'm so excited about the book, but you're gonna have to wait until the haul to find out which one we picked. Now let's move on to our second TBR jar pull, and I think I was hiding in the horror aisle for this one because that's another one that doesn't really get a whole lot of traction. And the prompt that we pulled is a book with a blue cover, and I'm gonna be honest, I knew immediately, or I had an idea of a book that I wanted to get, and it was in the romance section, so that is where we headed. And again, although I already kind of knew what I wanted to get, or I thought I knew, I still wanted to look at my options, and there was actually a ton with blue covers. There's definitely quite a few books that I am gonna like need to go back to get or search on Amazon or something. That's definitely the benefit and what made this kind of bookstore trip specifically a lot more fun, because I ended up finding a lot of books that I probably wouldn't have found otherwise. We we are back again in the horror slash sci-fi aisle to pull our very last prompt for this video. Honestly, I wanted to pull more, but I didn't want to spend more money, so we stuck with just the 3, and our last and final one is a genre wheel picks. So essentially we spun a wheel that had a bunch of genres on it, and whatever it landed on is the genre that we're going to get our last and final book from, and it ended up picking romance, which actually worked out perfectly because our blue book I ended up not getting from the romance section. So it ended up working out really well, but again, I still wanted to browse really briefly through the romance section because I was looking specifically for a blue one last time, so I just kind of wanted to see what other options were out there just in case. But eventually I did actually just grab the blue book, which you'll find out in just a second. Hi guys, it's a couple days after we went to the bookstore. I have our books and I am very excited to show you what we got. I definitely put myself way outside of my comfort zone pulling prompts in the middle of the bookstore, but it was literally so much fun. And the very first prompt that we got was a book to match my outfit, and I did go ahead and like just re-put on the same outfit that I was wearing the other day when we went to the bookstore. And surprisingly, it was actually kind of hard for me to find a black and red book. It wasn't hard to find black and red books that I liked. It was hard to find ones that I didn't already own. A good chunk of my book collection is black and red books. I don't know what it is about them, but I just aesthetically really love the way they look. But with that being said, we did find one, and I'm actually really excited about this book because this one in particular was one that I found in the last trip that I took to the bookstore, and I almost got, but I didn't end up getting, so I used this as a perfect excuse to get it this time. So this is The Book of Lost Things, and this is by John Connolly. I freaking love the cover of this book. As you can see, it's all red with like black accents of like tree branches, but within the tree branches you've got like little creatures and things. This book was in the thriller like mystery section of the bookstore, but it does definitely have like an element of fantasy to it, which I really love. Fantasy is like my favorite genre. So it says, high in his attic bedroom, 12-year-old David mourns the death of his mother, with only the books on his shelf for company. But those books have begun to whisper to him in the darkness. Angry and alone, he takes refuge in his imagination and soon finds that reality and fantasy have begun to meld. While his family falls apart around him, David is violently propelled into a world that is a strange reflection of his own, populated by heroes and monsters and ruled by a fated king who keeps his secrets in a mysterious book, The Book of Lost Things. Taking readers on a vivid journey through the loss of innocence into adulthood and beyond, New York Times bestselling author John Connolly tells a dark and compelling tale that reminds us of the enduring power of stories in our lives. So this definitely does have like an element of potential sadness to it. It's basically about a kid, like a 12-year-old kid's like life falling apart after his mom dies. But I'm really intrigued by the concept of reality and fantasy of like book world kind of coming together. So I'm very excited about this book. I think it's going to be a very interesting read. Our second prompt was a book with a blue cover, and pretty much immediately I knew which book I wanted to get. I literally had this book in mind when I put this slip into the jar, so I was very excited when I picked it out. However, I ended up picking something totally different just because of our third prompt. I stumbled across a book that I have been wanting to read for so long now, and I keep seeing people like talk about this book. Like I feel like the people that were talking about it were people that got like arcs of the book, and I've just been like waiting for this book to come out and being so frustrated every time I see someone talk about it because I'm like, it's not out yet. Like I would love to read it, but I can't. And it was in store, so I had to use this opportunity to get this book, even though I will admit it is really not that blue. This book is When the Moon Hatched by, I'm literally getting so excited. Here's what the cover of the book looks like. Again, it doesn't really have the most blue in it, but to be fair, the only colors on the cover are black, white, blue, and like a goldish kind of color. So I feel like the only color that is on the book is blue. So I'm counting it as a book with a blue cover. Also, this book is so thick. I did not realize. It was kind of comical. Like I had my phone and I was like filming over the table trying to grab this book to like show it to you guys better, and I kept having to like dig deeper and deeper into like the stacks, trying to find the other end of this book to like pull it out of the stack. And there was only 2 books in the stack, whereas like the stack of books next to it there's like 5 or 6 books. So this is a thickums book, but I'm just like so excited. And honestly, it's kind of ridiculous how excited I am for this book because I don't really know what it's about. From the cover and like from what people have said, I'm pretty sure it's got like dragons in it and things like that. It's a fantasy novel, but beyond that, I don't really know. So let's find out together and be extra excited about it. As an assassin from the rebellion group Rave Rave, who knows how to say the name, not me. I'm gonna say Rave's job is to complete orders and never get caught. When a rival bounty hunter turns her world upside down, blood spills, hearts break, and Rave finds herself imprisoned by the Guild of Nobles, a group of powerful fae who turn her into a political statement. Crushed by the loss of his great love, Cain took the head of a king and donned his melted crown. Now on a tireless quest to quell the never-ebbing ache in his chest, a clue lures him into the capital's high-security prison where he stumbles upon the imprisoned Rave. Echoes of the past race between them. There's more to their story than meets the eye, but some truths are too poisonous to swallow. So honestly, that doesn't tell me too much. Basically, I'm getting fantasy romance, obviously, between an assassin, which I'm actually pretty excited for because I'm still kind of currently reading Throne of Glass, which our main character in that is an assassin, and I've absolutely been loving her as a character. So I'm very excited about a potential of another kind of like kick-ass kind of assassin type character. I just flipped through the book really quickly, and there's definitely going to be some sort of like dragon type creature because the chapter titles have kind of like an imagery of some sort of like creature that looks similar to a dragon, but like also looks like it has actual feathers and things. So I don't think it's gonna be like a dragon, but something similar. I don't really know mythological creatures very well. But then also just on like the top of some of the pages, they've got little dragon-esque type of imagery. But also I'm noticing that like this chapter in particular has Rave's name. So I think this is going to be multiple POVs, which I freaking love in a romance. But wait, there's more. Also some diary entries, which I'm going to try to cover because I don't want to like spoil anything for either of us. But yeah, there's like these diary entry pages and I'm very, very intrigued by that. And then last but not least, our third and final prompt was a like genre generator kind of picks what genre I was gonna get a book from. And I just so happened to already have an app in my phone that's called like Whirligig or something like that. And I have already made like a few different types of wheels, and one of them is a genre wheel. So we went ahead and used that and we got romance, which super easy peasy and fit beautifully with the book that I wanted to get originally for my blue cover. If I had have gotten any other genre, I honestly probably would have gotten 2 books for that second prompt, but because I didn't want to spend too much money and because we got romance as the genre, I just took that opportunity to get this book for this last prompt, which is Pucking Around. And as you can see, this whole cover is blue. It literally has no other color but blue, so it would have worked perfectly for that second prompt, but it also works perfectly for our romance prompt. This is one of those types of books that I've just kind of generally been avoiding because it has a lot of hype, and honestly, sports romances are not something that appeal to me. I've never read a sports romance, but the fact that I've started reading and really loving cowboy romances has gotten me interested in trying out sports romances. I did not think I was gonna like cowboy romances, but I absolutely love them now. So I definitely want to like keep pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. I might end up really loving this because I'm gonna be honest, some of the aspects that I really love about like the Chestnut Springs series, for example, like the first one is about a bull rider, and I actually really enjoyed, like I have no interest normally in my normal day-to-day life in bull riding, but I actually ended up really enjoying those aspects. For some reason that kind of like adds to the romance a little bit. So now I'm kind of like more intrigued to kind of like try that out with a sports romance. And if I'm going to read a sports romance, I feel like hockey is the one that I would prefer to read. But then also too, the last time I was at the bookstore, I saw this book in person, and the title, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, but the like actual title has glitter on it. And I just thought it was a cute extra little touch. So again, I know that this is obviously a hockey sports romance, but I don't really know anything else about it. There's a quote at the top that says, "In this spicy, best-selling TikTok hockey romance series debut, one ambitious woman scores a major career goal, but when it comes to all the hot options in her personal life, why choose?" Oh, that's actually another reason, another really big reason why I wanted to get this book, because it does have the why choose trope, which when it comes to spicy books, why choose is one of my freaking favorites. Also, this is another pretty thick book. I feel like these like spicy romances are just getting like thicker and thicker, and I'm here for it. Okay, well, this one is also multiple point of views, and the female character's point of view has like a picture of her. Her name is Rachel, and it looks like she's in the medical field because she's got like some scrubs on and the little stethoscope, I think it's called. And then the next chapter was Jake's chapter, and he's gonna be, I was gonna say the hockey player, but obviously he's gonna be one of the hockey players because, again, it's why choose. I'm kind of curious. Okay, the second guy is not a hockey player, I don't think anyway. This one shows Caleb, and he looks like a little surfer guy. I am so intrigued. I want to read this like today. Anyway, with that, those are the 3 books that we picked up from the library using our fun little on-the-go, travel-sized TBR jar. Again, this was so freaking fun for me to film. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did and you want to see me do this again, let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. And again, I want to give a big thank you to Halara for sponsoring this video. I literally love everything that I got. If you're interested in checking out Halara, potentially picking up this super cute shirt yourself, I will have a link to their website in the description. And then also, again, don't forget to use my code GENSY15 for 15% off of your order. And yeah, I think that is everything that I have to say. I hope you guys have / have had the most amazing of days, and I will hopefully see you guys next one. Bye!